Hello friends, this is my very first video regarding a rare disease condition known as hemophilia, which is a bleeding disorder that affects the clotting ability of the human blood. The objective of this video is to increase your awareness of the condition to help you avoid preventable complications and assist you to live a normal and fulfilling life with hemophilia. This video will also help people with a desire to extend healthcare support to patients with hemophilia, particularly if they are performing the role of a caretaker. So let's move on to the introduction of hemophilia. As you can see on this slide, hemophilia is a medical term composed of two subterms, hem, which stands for blood, and philia, which stands for love. Hemophilia is actually the outcome of a considerable decline in clotting factors in human blood. You might want me to clarify more about clotting factors. Well, clotting factors are proteins in your blood that help your body to develop blood clots with the aim to stop bleeding when you suffer a minor or major injury. Now, if the reduction in these clotting factors is left untreated, this may lead to a considerable weakening of not only your muscles and joints, but also the vital organs. In the worst scenarios, you may end up with lifelong disabilities or additional health complications requiring further treatment. But no worries. With this session, you will surely understand the basics of hemophilia, which will help you to avoid ignoring its complications and eventual treatment delays. Let's now discuss the types of this disease condition. As you can see on the screen, hemophilia is categorized into types A, B, and C. Hemophilia A and B are the most common types, and they're usually inherited and majorly affects males who are born with this condition. Hemophilia A is caused by a deficiency of factor 8, while hemophilia B is caused by a deficiency of factor 9. Hemophilia A and B can be classified as mild, moderate, or severe depending on the level of the factor activity in the blood. Hemophilia C is a rare type of hemophilia caused by a deficiency of factor 11. It is inherited in an autosomal recessive pattern, meaning that it affects males and females equally. In most scenarios, hemophilia remains a hereditary condition. However, rare incidences of acquired hemophilia are also reported that often increase with age, more in women than in men. People with a family history of hemophilia have a high risk of developing this illness. An abnormality in the X chromosome, which is a thread-like structure containing a part of or the entire genetic material of an individual. Hemophilia A and B are inherited in an X-linked recessive pattern, which means they mainly affect males who inherited a mutated gene from their mothers. A mutated gene is a gene that, due to some unknown reason, changes its sequence of DNA units. Females can be carriers of the mutated gene, but they usually have enough clotting factors to prevent bleeding problems. Hemophilia C is a condition that affects males and females equally who inherit two mutated genes, one from each parent. Now let me walk you through some of the signs and symptoms of hemophilia, including the ones you may not find on the screen. The common signs and symptoms include unexplained and excessive bleeding from cuts, injuries caused by surgeries or dental work, many large or deep bruises, unusual bleeding after vaccinations, pain, swelling, and tightness in joints, especially in knees, ankles, and elbows, blood in urine or stool, nosebleeds without a known cause, bleeding gums, irritability, especially in children, bleeding into the brain, which is a real but serious complication. Hemophilia is diagnosed through a blood test. The physician removes a small sample of blood from the vein and measures the amount of clotting factor present. The sample is then graded by the clotting factor assays to determine the severity of the factor deficiency and the type of hemophilia. Another is the prothrombin time, which measures how well the blood clots using clotting factors other than 8, 9, or 11. Usually, patients with hemophilia have a normal prothrombin time. The next test is the complete blood count or a CBC, which does not specifically determine hemophilia but may provide some clues about the presence and severity of bleeding. The CBC is usually normal in people with hemophilia unless they have had a heavy or prolonged bleeding episode. Fibrinogen testing is a type of blood test with the ability to measure the level and function of fibrinogen, a protein that helps form blood clots. It is not a specific test for hemophilia, but it can be used to rule out other causes of bleeding or clotting disorders. So that's it for now. Stay connected to get more updates on a variety of health issues and disease conditions in the upcoming weeks. Make sure to read my detailed article on hemophilia awareness. The link is provided below in the comment box. Have a great time.